What to do if you're speeding up or slowing down and you don't want to be. What we do is we use the 𝘀�57 method with some adjustments I've made. 𝘀𝗀𝗽𝗽 thinks of this as a ribbon, and I like to think of the tape measure. So let's start with if you are speeding up and you don't want to be. Think of each of these notes that you're playing. Come on, tape measure. There we go. Think of each of the notes you're playing as being a mark on the tape measure. Let's say those notes are 1 inch apart, each of those notes. And you're going too fast and you want to slow down. Visualize that tape measure with those 1 inch markings on it. And then in your mind, stretch out that tape measure. I call it stretching the tape when I talk to my students in private lessons. Tell them you're speeding up, stretch the tape. So you just imagine that you moved those notes farther apart from each other. That's going to help you settle back into the groove and stop rushing. Now, if that doesn't work, there's 2 other things you can try. One of them is to just sit back in your chair, just sit back lazy. It'll cause you to play a little bit more lazy, and that will allow you to settle back in the groove as well. A third one you can try that also works pretty well is make yourself feel relaxed. So we can often hype ourselves up and make ourselves excited. This happens on its own quite a bit. When we're jamming, we get that adrenaline rush and sometimes a bit of a fight or flight going on. And that's going to automatically happen. But if you can calm yourself a little bit, that also will help you settle back into the groove. And if you absolutely have to, just stop playing, listen to everybody, and then start again after you feel like you've internalized the groove. Now, let's say you were slowing down and you don't want to be. Well, then you reverse it. You imagine all these marks on the tape measure, and then you visualize them getting closer together. Once they get closer together, that may be enough to help you speed up. I also like to, for when dragging and wanting to speed up and catch up, think of it as playing a little bit faster than everybody else. A lot of times when dragging, it's not just that you can't keep up with your technical skills, but sometimes it's going to be that you just have a misunderstanding of where the groove is, what the speed actually is. So try playing a little bit faster than everyone else, and often you're going to find that that settles you right in to the right tempo. Now, the other 2 things I mentioned for when you're speeding up also work for when you've slowed down. So make yourself feel excited. Now, speeding up and slowing down, everybody has usually, they do one or the other. If you're not a rusher, you're a dragger. If you're not a dragger, you're a rusher. And then some people who like to play fast and faster would say, well, if you ain't rushing, you're dragging. But we don't think that way here. So whichever one you tend to do will influence what you have to do. If you tend to be naturally very excited, then you may not be able to use this trick to speed up. But let's say you're not feeling really excited, really urgent, really happy about the music you're playing, then make yourself feel that way. Think of whatever you have to do to make yourself feel that way. Think of something you like, something you enjoy doing, how exciting it is to play music. Whatever you need to, hype yourself up. That will help you speed up and catch up. And then you can also sit forward in your chair. I talked about sitting back in your chair when you're speeding up and you want to slow down a little bit. You can sit forward in your chair. If you're standing, these things work the same way. You can get on the balls of your feet, lean forward. Or if you're trying to relax it, get back a little more onto the heels. Maybe put one of your feet back and lean back on that foot and help yourself get into the right feel. And sometimes you might need to use all of these to achieve what you want. I know it can be frustrating when you're trying not to speed up and slow down, and practicing with the metronome and working on your technique and things like that are really helpful. But most of the time, you're probably just going to need one of these techniques because the problem may not be that you play out of time. It may just be that you're feeling the wrong way, you're feeling the beat wrong, and you can use one of these tricks to fix it. So try that and follow me and let me know what you think and if it helped. And if you have any of your own ideas, share them down in the comments. I would love to hear them. I know everybody else would too. Bye.